Now let us discuss about diesel cycle. See, diesel cycle is an ideal cycle for diesel engines. It is an air standard cycle which uses only air as the working substance. So when it comes to diesel cycle, it consists of four processes. Out of these four processes, two are isentropic, one is constant pressure, one constant volume process will have. So out of these four processes, if we go for process description, process 1 to 2 is isentropic compression. Process 2 to 3 is constant pressure heat addition. Process 3 to 4 is isentropic expansion. And process 4 to 1, constant volume heat rejection. Now, let us consider the PV and TS diagrams. So this is volume axis and this is pressure axis. And TS diagram, let us consider it here. Process 1 to 2 is isentropic compression. So compression goes like this. We should draw isentropic compression curve from 1 to 2 like this. If we see in the TS diagram, as the process is isentropic, we will get a vertical line like this from 1 to 2. Then 2 to 3 is constant pressure heat addition. So as we are adding heat at constant pressure, the temperature increases and at the same time entropy also increases. So in the TS diagram, constant pressure is represented like this. Whereas in the PV diagram, as we are adding heat at constant pressure, volume increases as temperature is increasing. Pressure is constant, so volume is directly proportional to temperature. Then process 3 to 4 is isentropic expansion. It is represented like this as a curved line. And in the TS diagram, it is represented as a vertical line here, 3 to 4. Then 4 to 1 is constant volume heat rejection. And constant volume heat rejection undergoes a temperature drop and at the same time entropy also decreases. Then here it is represented as a vertical line from 4 to 1 here. So 4 to 1 we need to consider here. So these two obey PV power gamma equal to constant. Now let us consider here some important ratios. So the first one is compression ratio. compression ratio RC is volume at the beginning of compression. So compression is taking place from process 1 to 2. So therefore, volume at the beginning of compression is V1 by volume at the end of compression is V2. So the compression ratio is V1 by V2. Then we need to know something about cutoff ratio. So as this is an ideal cycle, the cutoff ratio rho is given by volume at the end of heat addition. So V3, because 223 is heat addition process, V3 is the volume at the end of heat addition by V2, which is volume at the beginning of heat addition. So cutoff ratio is V3 by V2 here. Now, now let us go for expansion ratio. Expansion ratio is denoted by RE, which is volume at the end of expansion by volume at the beginning of expansion. So volume at the end of expansion is V4 and volume at the beginning of expansion is V3. See, V4 is equal to V1 because process 4 to 1 is constant volume process. So we can write this as V1 by V3. Now, if I multiply and divide by V2, so V1 by V2 into V2 by V3, we will get. See, V1 by V2 is nothing but the compression ratio RC, and V2 by V3 is 1 by rho. So rho is cutoff ratio, which is V3 by V2. So V2 by V3 is 1 by rho. So we can write expansion ratio as compression ratio by cutoff ratio. Now, let us go for heat supplied. See, in this cycle, heat supplied is during process 2 to 3. So process 2 to 3 is constant pressure process. During constant pressure process, heat supplied is mcp T3 minus T2. So this is the heat supplied. Now let us go for heat rejected. Heat rejected is during process 4 to 1. Process 4 to 1 is constant volume process. So we need to take mcv T4 minus T1 as the heat rejected. Now, work done is heat supplied minus heat rejected. So work done is heat supplied minus heat rejected. This we have to consider here. Now, the thermal efficiency, eta Th, is work done by heat supplied. We can write work done as heat supplied minus heat rejected by heat supplied. So we can write this as 1 minus heat rejected by heat supplied. So this can be written as 1 minus heat rejected is mcv T4 minus T1 by heat supplied is mcp T3 minus T2. So this is heat supplied. Mass gets cancelled. So we can write thermal efficiency as 1 minus T4 minus T1 divided by, here if I take this Cv to the denominator, it becomes Cp by Cv. So Cp by Cv is nothing but gamma into T3 minus T2. So thermal efficiency here we got in terms of temperatures. But we don't want this thermal efficiency in terms of temperatures, but we want in terms of the ratios that we have learned. So let us bring this T2, T3 and T4 in terms of the ratios that we have learned. For that, let us take process 1 to 2. If we take process 1 to 2, it obeys PV power gamma equal to constant. Now, when we consider isentropic process, the temperature and volume relation is given by T2 by T1 is equal to V1 by V2 whole power gamma minus 1. See, V1 by V2 is nothing but compression ratio. So, RC power gamma minus 1 we can write. Now, from this, we can write that T2 is equal to T1 into RC power gamma minus 1. So, T2 is equal to T1 into RC power gamma minus 1. So, we got T2 temperature in terms of T1 and the compression ratio here. Now, now let us go for process 223. Process 223 is constant pressure process. So, during constant pressure process, temperature is directly proportional to volume. So, T3 by T2 is equal to V3 by V2. V3 by V2 is nothing but cutoff ratio and it is denoted by rho. So, from this, T3 can be written as T2 into rho. But T2 is T1 into RC power gamma minus 1. So, we can write T3 as T1 into RC power gamma minus 1 into rho also. So we got T3 here in terms of T1 compression ratio and cutoff ratio. Now let us go for process 3 to 4. If we consider process 3 to 4, this is isentropic expansion. So PV power gamma equal to constant. Now we can write T4 by T3 is equal to V3 by V4 whole to the power gamma minus 1. See, V3 by V4 is nothing but rho by RC that we have learnt to the power gamma minus 1. So from this, we can write that T4 is equal to T3 into rho power gamma minus 1 by RC power gamma minus 1. Now, from this, we can write T4 is equal to T3 can be written as T1 into RC power gamma minus 1 into rho power gamma minus 1 by RC power gamma minus 1. Now, these two will get cancelled. So now it becomes T1 into rho power 1 plus gamma minus 1. Now, these two will get cancelled. So from this, we can write T4 is equal to T1 into rho power gamma. So T4 is T1 into rho power gamma. This is what we will get here. Now let us substitute all these values in the thermal efficiency formula. Thermal efficiency is 1 minus T4 minus T1 by gamma into T3 minus T2. Now, substituting the values 1 minus T4, we have got T1 into rho power gamma minus T1 divided by gamma is there. T3 is T1 into RC power gamma minus 1 into rho minus T2 is T1 into RC power gamma minus 1. This is what we have got here. Now, in the numerator, let me take T1 common. Then it will become rho power gamma minus 1. In the denominator, let us take T1 into RC power gamma minus 1 common. Then we get rho minus 1 here. Now T1 gets cancelled. From this, we can write thermal efficiency as 1 minus 1 by Rc power gamma minus 1 into rho power gamma minus 1 by gamma into rho minus 1. So this is the formula for thermal efficiency. See, this thermal efficiency can also be called air standard efficiency of the cycle. So thermal efficiency can also be called air standard efficiency because here we use only air as the working substance.